Hello again and welcome to our wedding series. Today, I still have the same dress, so I am shooting all of this in different segments on the same day. But I need to do all of it so I don't lose motivation to do it. So today I want to talk to you about some of the things that you are likely to forget about when you're planning your wedding. Some of the things you are likely to forget when you're planning your wedding. Huh? So, when I was getting married, this is my own personal experience. I had my two cousins as bridesmaids and my two friends as maid of honor. And we slept together, we had fun. I was running around because I really had to plan my own wedding. And in the morning, I had my makeup done, wore my dress, I was feeling myself, and there was a staircase, and the photographer wanted a picture of me lifting my veil like this and then take a picture. And then I lifted my veil like this to take a picture. I did not shave. And my friends were like, Beatrice, you did not shave. True story. Patricia Janga can attest to this. Martha Sumaila, Natia Fordna, Aminata Roy, you can attest to this. My 4 people. So they had to take like a big blanket because I did not want to take off my dress when we were late to church. They tied the big blanket on me. I lifted up my hands like this, and that one was spraying something. That one was shaving. They cleaned me up, and then they sprayed, and then it happens. Yes, sometimes you forget to shave. So that is number one thing that you are most likely to forget. Now, mind you, 2 weeks leading down to the wedding is the most stressful week, or the most stressful weeks, in the wedding. Maybe if your wedding is like in December right now, you're doing things at your own pace. But things, when it's starting to be like, it's next month, it's in the next 2 weeks, you are busy in your head. You just want to fix things. And this thing is anything like this one, you can forget it. I don't want it to happen to anybody else. I don't want your bridesmaid to have to shave you. So shave your armpits, especially if you're wearing like a buster. You need, even if you're not wearing a buster, you just need everything cleaned, wax it, clean it up. Okay? So number one thing, please don't forget to shave. Those are the small things you might forget. Number 2 thing, I think a lot of times we forget that the wedding transportation is not just the car that will take you to church, the car that will take you to the reception. You need an errand vehicle. Nobody told me that I needed an errand vehicle. That if they call me that the man that's supposed to bring the drinks is not here yet, I need an errand vehicle. Somebody should take that vehicle, go to that guy, pick that guy. So that is something you might forget when you're planning. It's teeny tiny. So even when you have all the cars that will take you and your entourage, your parents, whatever the case may be, have one vehicle that is an errand vehicle. If somebody is going to bring food and they are stuck somewhere or they want you to pick them, you have a vehicle. If the bride wants something really fast in the morning that they have forgotten to buy, have an errand vehicle. Okay, nobody told me that. Me, I did not have an errand vehicle, but I learned the hard way. Okay, that's the number 2 thing you might forget. Number 3 thing, this thing, it always comes on the day of the wedding. Like, you'll be planning. It is like after I've done like several weddings and I realized that no, there's no way. Like, now I have a template of all the things that should be sorted out in a wedding, so I don't forget that. But if you are planning your wedding for yourself, okay, usually you forget the budgets for ice. The budget for ice. They will tell you that, we don't need the ice until the morning. Of course, they don't need the ice until the morning, because if they get the ice before that, then the ice will be... So usually, if you are the one planning your wedding, you're not subcontracting, giving the money to somebody else, it will mean that on the morning of the wedding or in the afternoon after the ceremony of itself, somebody will come up to you, call the ice, and you'll be like, I'm in my wedding dress, you're asking me for ice. Yes, we'll have to buy ice. We'll ask you. So, because it is such on-time kind of thing, You cannot buy ice 10 days before the wedding or 2 days before the wedding. You have to buy ice like, let's say, 4 or 5 hours before the ceremony, because you need the ice to be there so the drinks will still be cool. Okay, so have somebody handle that. So let's say, for example, you have a brother that you have said, okay, you take care of the drinks, give them the money for the ice. Don't wait until that day, until they ask you, where is the ice? Just give them the money for the ice, so they know once they pick the drinks, they have the money in hand to buy the ice. That is something that I've have to, I asked the Yahoo, you'll be in your dress, and I'll be like, the ice money, the ice. No buy ice it. Number 14 that people don't pay attention to. This one I got it not because I got it by myself, but because my godparents had bought me a really nice perfume. Okay, a nice perfume that sticks. Don't, anyway, it depends on the resources, because I would have said don't spray any type of perfume on your wedding day, because your wedding day is hectic also, and there are lots of hugs, there are lots of this, there are lots of chop, but you still want to be smelling good. So invest in a very good perfume. So for ladies, I will say, whilst you are, arranging, try and cut and join, and buy a really good perfume. I remember the perfume she bought me was Nini Risti or something like that. It's a good one. It's a good one. It's like in a really teeny tiny small bottle, but it's a good perfume. So I would say splurge, indulge yourself, like give yourself a present. Say, I'm going to smell good on my wedding day. People don't think about that. I've seen people that I plan their wedding for, they'll be like, but I smell no hot perfume. But let me first, spray me now, spray me. Perfume is part of the regalia, it's part of the dressing. So indulge in a good one that sticks, that, even if you go through the entire day, if your husband hugs you, they will still, smell the sweetness and the goodness in you. People will forget that. It's normal. It's like you can do without it anyway. But I think it's just good for you to smell really, really good that day. Okay? And this one is just an addendum. And I think it is really cool if we could incorporate it in our tradition or just a Sierra Leonean thing. I've seen it in one or two, because I love weddings. I said it before, I love weddings. I love planning weddings. So usually I just sit down and watch things about weddings, try to get new ideas. And I saw this really cool idea. Spouse sharing gifts. I think it's cool. You've given everything to everybody that is here. You've given them your food, you've given them your time, you've given them this, and then at the end of the day, you don't have something special to give to your newly wedded wife or your newly wedded husband. I just think it's cool that even in all the hassle and bustle, I did not lose consciousness that all of this is happening because of you, because I love you, because I feel this way about you. And here is a token to say I love you. I know you've given yourself drinks. That is not even your choice. That is like tradition in this country. I think some churches they give watch. So take that aside. Something that comes from your heart. Like, I'm doing this because I know you like this. I watched one wedding where the lady did this for the husband. It was really, really cool and emotional. Like, it was like bawling, crying. You thought of this, you thought of this. She had a case of cigars. I think the guy loves cigars. She had a case of cigars, and they have the embroidery of the husband's name, like blah blah blah, I love you, and then the dates of their wedding. Something that will last forever. It's like a refillable kind of cigar case. Give it to the husband. And he felt bad because he did not have anything for her. He felt bad. But they did an excerpt after the whole thing that he got her a puppy and she was happy. Okay, so I think even when we are stressing out to satisfy people, make them feel good on our wedding day, don't forget the reason why you're even having a wedding. It's because of your better half. Make them feel special that day. Even if you're tired and you're just going to bed, make sure you make them feel good. This other one I'm talking about is also an addendum. Usually, it is the job of the chief bridesmaid or the maid of honor. Always have an emergency pack or emergency kit. What is an emergency kit? If I am planning a wedding, I have an emergency kit. This is what my friend says. She said, you say everything, and then people go and do it, and then you're mad. But I don't care. An emergency kit might be a kit that will contain some medication like Panadol, some medication for diarrhea. It will contain something like white powder for any blemishes on the gown or anything like that. A small comb, a little fan, just things that you need. A little sanitary pad, things that you might need. Okay.